listen, you're not over liminal space, and I'm not over liminal space. So I think that means we should probably go and look at some liminal space photos. And what better way to do that than good old Reddit? But before we jump into it, just in case you are unfamiliar with the concept of liminal space somehow, for some reason, even though you clicked on this video, which thank you so much by the way, to sum it up, nobody else knows what liminal space is either. This isn't going to be a crash course of what liminal space is. If you're interested in it, go and check it out, look it up, learn about it more for yourself. There are many ways to describe what liminal space is. Some people describe it as the transition point between something that was and something that will be. It gets very deep and philosophical sometimes. Sometimes it's just a strange looking hallway that feels like it's out of place, out of time, that feels like it's just kind of floating there, like nothing else exists beyond the frame of the photo. Liminal space photos just kind of create an eerie feeling. Sometimes it's nostalgic, sometimes it's creepy, sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's just plain cool and like dreamy, like dream logic type stuff, which is an entirely different aesthetic, which we could look at too. People are going to nitpick all these different things, but I think the best way to describe liminal space is to see liminal space on the internet. So let's dive in. We're gonna hop onto Reddit and see what liminal space photos are being shared or are popular at the moment. This is the Reddit or subreddit. I'm not too familiar with Reddit, but regardless, this is a place where liminal space photos are shared. You can go and look at that if you want it. First one, does anybody know the origin or location of this image? I do not, but this is an exceptionally liminal photo. Look at this thing. It is just crazy. Now this for me is kind of hitting a little bit of a nostalgia factor because I can picture this in my mind from when I was like in elementary school and the computer rooms looked like this. Like I don't know if you have a point of reference for this like I do, but this is what I remember like old school computer rooms looking like. I think this is in a school, I don't know, but regardless, super cool. Okay, literally the next one down. This is kind of hitting as well. Super dreamscape, super surreal. Who in the world would put a soccer field in their house? I don't know, probably a lot of people. Or at least you would when you were a kid. I don't know if you also did this, but kind of designing your dream house on paper when you were a kid, and it would have a go-kart track and a tennis court and a swimming pool and all this kind of stuff, and it would all be indoors in this one gigantic warehouse looking thing. This is kind of reminding me of that, but someone just created it. Ah, yeah, I've seen this one before. Does the inside of a cello count? I think it does. I think it does. I think anything can if you want it to. It's crazy how much it looks like a room. That's the thing I love about photography. I've taken some liminal space photos too, by the way. I could share those eventually on here. It's crazy how much perspective shifts, or how much you can play with perspective in liminal space or photography in general to create these really weird effects. Do any of these count? Let's see. Let's judge that for ourselves, shall we? Okay, first one, really foggy. Super cool atmosphere. I really like that. Ooh, this is kind of cool. It almost looks AI generated because of how shaky the camera is, but I think that's just natural camera shake. The subreddit did say that nothing here is AI generated, so we'll see. I don't necessarily believe that. But these are really cool. I love stuff like this. This is kind of creepy, kind of cool. Ooh. Yeah, no, I think you nailed it with liminal space images. Another thing about liminal space is there's never any people in any photos. That kind of makes the creepy factor really amp up, because for all you know in these photos, you are the only being that exists in this world. That goes hard. That's really cool. Playgrounds also peak liminal space imagery. Super cool. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Entrance to a school gym or a gate to hell. Yeah, I would not step in that at all. As soon as I saw that, I would nope real quick. And I feel like that's the kind of space that once you turn your back to it, you'll hear footsteps running back toward you. So maybe not, but yeah, definitely interesting. Imagine waking up to this. Oh, nah. I'm not too scared of heights, I say while on the ground, but yeah, that's a really good render too. I feel this would freak anybody out, you know? Kind of just deleted the floor like in Minecraft. That's crazy. Don't remember where I took this picture, but it's creepy as hell. Yeah, I can't tell if this is like a house or something else, but that I don't want to look at that too much. I feel like I'm gonna get jump scared. Oh yeah, the old school video store is really cool. Man, blockbusters are also peak liminal space, especially because they just don't exist anymore. That's another thing about liminal space. Another thing is that it kind of takes a moment in time and just kind of skews it a little bit. There are some like video stores that are kind of just laid out like this. Maybe not with like the wood paneling and trim, but there is one near me that's kind of like a joint like restaurant place and movie thing. So if you go in there, you can get a movie and get like some food or something and go back and watch it at home or something. But like, I just feel like these, you don't see them that often, which kind of enhances the weird vibes. That's pretty. I don't think it's liminal because I kind of can see a shadow of the person, but it's definitely a cool photo. And by the way, I don't mean to like steal content at all. Like I never liked the reaction style of content that where you just rip content from others, but I feel like this is like a little bit of like a middle ground, and I'm gonna use the excuse that all of these have the original posters right there. So and if I ever miss one, then I apologize. But yeah, go to r/liminal space and then you can go and find all these original photos that are super cool. Ooh, that's, can't tell if this is a render or not, but that's really cool. Anything with like exaggerated space works super well for liminal space. Yo, what? Hotel under construction next to ours in Mexico. Oh my god, wait, is that real? This almost doesn't look real. Why the windows be like that though? I almost think this is messing with my head. I feel like I'm inside looking outside, but I feel like we're inside looking inside. Like these are hallways. Like down toward the bottom right, it looks like grass. But like that just goes insanely hard as a liminal photo. I'm impressed. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Life of Nick, great post. Love that one. Hospitals also peak liminal content usually. Just kind of that creepy factor of it. Am I being... Is that weird perspective? Like that just is throwing off my perception of the room totally. Like that's just so wild. Ooh. Okay, now this one, these both hit. This kind of hits different. You know, I'm surprised this doesn't have many upvotes. This is a very good liminal space photo. I don't know where people find stuff like this. Like with the plants too, the low image quality of this one, the darkness. I don't often see as well. I don't often see a light version and a dark version, like an overexposed and an underexposed one. It's oftentimes just underexposed photos, but like that kind of also really works. Yikes. That's creepy. Ooh, what was this taken on? Like, look at that. Like this almost borders on dreamcore, which I definitely want to do a video about. You know, I probably will do a video about that. And by the way, I have so many other things that I want to share with you guys that I just think are really cool. Like I have some specific kinds of photography, different internet aesthetics, and we won't just be copying Greg Bro Dude Man. Even though I'm going to be taking a lot of inspiration for this channel from his channel. Hopefully he won't mind. Liminal space is just always super cool. That kind of goes hard too. Yeah, the darkness and just it feels very industrial, which I think is why it's kind of giving me weird vibes, because it feels like something that should be like a warehouse or something, but it also has like slides and stuff. Obviously it's like not an aquarium, like a water park or something, or maybe it's part of like a hotel. Without context, it's really cool. Oh wait, that's a door. I totally didn't see that. I read the caption like, where does the door lead? I didn't even see the door. That's the door. That probably shouldn't be there. Yikes. It feels like a set out of like a horror movie. I feel like all of those are just gonna like turn upside down or something. Endless, southern Germany. Yeah, that definitely looks endless. You see a lot of this stuff in liminal space too. This like kind of 90s kind of flooring or repetitive patterns, all the neon aesthetics and all that. Backstage at shows, of course. Wait, is this not the same thing that we saw earlier? Hang on, let's do this back to back. Yeah, that looks like it's the same exact place, just in the daytime. Well, maybe not, because there's a tarp here in the other one. That's crazy. Yeah, okay, it's the same poster, so that means it's probably the same place, but that's really cool. Two different ones back to back. Nice. Love that. An empty purple room with an arcade. The ACMI building in Melbourne. What? The proportions on this is what's throwing me off. Like, you see what I mean? The proportions on this are like so off. It feels like it's been like squished way too far with like a transform tool in Photoshop, and the entire room was like expanded or something. That's just messing with me. That's like super weird core. A lot of these things kind of feel like there's a lot of overlap between the definitions of what's liminal space, what's weird core, what's dream core, what's insert aesthetic here, but that's kind of cool, right? Because it kind of makes it seem like they're all this kind of connected thing. At least I think it's kind of cool that some of these things share different definitions in common, or at least part of it, because if you like one, then you might like the other, and if you like the other, then you might like another one, and then so on and so on and so on. Especially with the addition of the caption, the bell ring, let's go to class, and it's a totally nonsensical, non-correlated image whatsoever. All it's missing is like the kind of 90s Comic Sans text with that caption in the photo, and then it becomes a weird core image. But that's cool. I like it. Let's try to find a good one to end off the video on. Abandoned local mall. Okay, this has multiple images attached to it. It's almost like fake. You know, I don't think it's fake. There's nothing to lead me to believe it's fake, but the image quality is so good. It's bad, but it's so good. And we're back there again. Yeah, that one gave me weird vibes for sure. Let's do one more. Endless Road, that's just a cool one, you know? Ooh, okay, we got a video, no sound. I almost don't even want to look. Super weird. That is liminal space for you. Oh, think the party's over? Ooh, that's cool. I like stuff like this too. One more series of images, I guess. Aquafina. This is like a arcade or something, or maybe like a play place of some kind. It has the neon 90s kind of repetitive pattern that I was talking about earlier. What's going on there? Was this like a Halloween theme thing? Or maybe it's not Halloween, it's probably like a medieval, yeah, there's like armor and gargoyles and stuff. It's probably like a medieval times type thing, which I haven't even thought about that in so long. This is a super cool photo. That's really nice. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like this would be the place that you would want to play tag as a kid, or hide and seek or something, while annoying every single adult present. Well, there we go. That's liminal space for you. There is someone mowing the lawn near me, so I'm gonna wrap the video up before that gets too annoying. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you got to this point, you're awesome. That's super cool. I'll probably upload more of this stuff because I love liminal space, and I don't think I'm gonna stop liking liminal space photography. I'll probably try to work on a couple more videos that are like maybe dreamcore or weirdcore, other internet aesthetics. Let me know what you guys want to see. You know, I feel like that's a really cool thing about internet aesthetics, is that they're on the internet and they can be suggested to people, and you can find new things that you would not really have ever found otherwise. I'm just basically describing how the internet works at this point, but I digress. The point is that if you want me to react to something, leave it in a comment. There's a chance that I'll do it, if it's internet aesthetic of some kind. I may play some games on the channel, we'll see. Yeah, that was fun. You should subscribe. It's there, if you want to do it. I don't know why I'm pretending to go somewhere. I'm gonna be here. So, anyways, have a good one. Liminal.